Hey guys, Stanford here from the Fun Robotics Network, and right now I'm hanging out with Team 3512 of Spartatroniks here at the Ventura County Regional, and we're going to be taking a look at this really robust, solid machine they've got here. We got a climber, algae intake for both the reef and the ground, end effector, super smooth, continuous belted elevator. So stay tuned, all that more, and sort of behind the bumpers.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following.
AndyMark provides superior service with the reliability that teams expect. Check out their sport gearbox and ratchet sport options to their tried and true compliant wheels used by teams all over the world. From mechanical and electrical products to tools and hardware, head on over to andymark.com for your one-stop shop of high quality and affordable solutions. For over 100 years, Kettering University has offered a better education because from day one, that education has been built on hands-on, co-op learning. Kettering's impressive alumni network includes founders, presidents, CEOs, and frontrunners who have a reputation for transforming industries with their resolute leadership. Apply today at kettering.edu/first.
All right, Jordan, let's go ahead and talk about this end effector.
Okay, so this is our algae dereefer and our coral intake. So on this side, the coral, it only picks up from the human player station. It slides in from this side, and we have a beam brake down at the bottom. When that beam brake is broken, these LEDs over here, they turn on, and red means we don't have the coral, rainbow means the coral is ready to be scored, and then blue means it's been scored. So that's all the coral. This is at the end here, this is the algae part, so it can bend forward just like that. And these rollers, they roll and they get the algae from the reef. There's a 3-to-1 gear ratio on the motor for this pivot here. And originally we had software kind of get our position, but this was because of the gear ratio not being high enough, it was kind of floppy, and we were having some issues just with timing. So we added this cord with Dyneema and a rubber band here to hold it in place and help with the floppiness. And yeah.
So were these two mechanisms always meant to be together, or was the algae capability kind of added on later?
Yeah, no, it was planned from the start to have these two together. It kind of saves space. We don't have to have two separate mechanisms for something that can be so closely related, you know? These are also very accessible to work on. This whole thing, the algae coral, it can be taken off with 5 bolts and switched out with the spare we have on our protobot. So we actually built 2 robots, so we can replace any of these mechanisms with the spares on our protobot.
All right, and let's go and take a look at the elevator and ground algae intake.
So for the elevator, we have a 3-stage internally belted elevator. We route the powertrain is down there at the bottom of the elevator. It is tucked in between our 2 cross members and is hanging slightly below our powertrain. So the reason we did that was because we didn't want to raise the elevator. We wanted to max out the amount of range our elevator had for its height. So we tucked it in behind and slightly under the bumper. Here you can see that it's routed in between the belt. It comes in through 1 tube, comes through the middle, and then it routes back into our carriage. Here we have a pulley that grabs it in, and we have 2 tensioners here. So we have its tension on both sides. We have a tensioner here and down here. And it's also using this E-chain mechanism, which attaches to the cross members. So it's routed here, E-chain goes up, then comes down and back to the carriage. It's here, I don't know if you can take a look, but that's what she was talking about. The coral mech is mounted just by these 5 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fits one somewhere over here.
All right, let's go and take a look at your ground algae.
Yep, for our ground algae, we have a 3-to-1 ratio on it. We want it to be a little bit strong, so it's a little bit harder to move, but it does, once it grabs the algae, it immediately goes back. And we have this sort of, I guess, malleable shaft. We didn't want to use a normal churro because, as you can see, it does hit our elevator. So when it has a kickback, we don't want it hitting either our elevator or our carbon fiber rods. So it does have that. We have a plastic polycarbonate roller that is 2 inches tall, and it's wrapped around in, I think, electrical tape. Is that right?
It's like a
Grip tape. And then we also have some foam at the bottom that'll give it more grip. So when we intake the algae, we make sure that we touch it, own it, and it's instantly grabbed by a robot.
And similar question to before, was this always something that was going to be on the robot, or was this capability added later?
Originally, no, but when we were designing the robot, we weren't sure if this algae mech was actually going to be able to score in the processor. So as a backup, we had another team member start designing a bottom algae mech that stayed with us for the whole design.
All right, very cool stuff. And let's go ahead and talk about this climber you guys have.
All right, so this climber mechanism, I have a visual demonstration that shows off our hook. So pretend this is our cage. We have a little trigger mechanism here. So whenever the pull of the cage hits it, it latches on, and then we're ready to climb. So on the actual climber mechanism that we have these whiskers right here to guide the cage into the climbing hook. And once that's latched, our software team is aware of that because of this beam break. And so once this hook fully latches onto the cage, the beam break goes all the way through, and software is able to see that. We wind this down using Dyneema and also a 125:1 ratio for our gearbox.
So when you guys are out on the field doing this climb, does it automatically lower the climb when you guys are it's detected the cage, or does it just tell the drivers that they're on?
Currently, it only just tells the drivers that we've fully latched on, and then right now we're manually climbing. A little bit more about our climber mechanism. We have constant force springs right here to ensure that when we are extending outwards with the climber, this gives a little bit more lift so that we can extend outwards. We also use a steel shaft right here. Because this is holding the entire weight of our robot, we want to ensure that this is a robust mechanism and it can hold the entire weight.
And what are these sensors or servos maybe? What are these working on?
Yeah, so those are magnetic switches. Currently, we're working on automating this entire mechanism to make it easier for our drivers, but unfortunately, due to time, we haven't gotten there yet, but this is definitely something that we hope to continue further on after this competition.
All right, folks, so there's your look at this 3512 machine. These guys have been looking great out on the field here at the Ventura Regional. So check these guys out at their next regional, Central Valley Regional, Week 6. So thank you guys so much for allowing us to come and take a look at this machine, and good luck with the rest of your competition.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. For over 100 years, Kettering University has offered a better education because from day one, that education has been built on hands-on, co-op learning. Kettering's impressive alumni network includes founders, presidents, CEOs, and frontrunners who have a reputation for transforming industries with their resolute leadership. Apply today at kettering.edu/first. AndyMark provides superior service with the reliability that teams expect. Check out their sport gearbox and ratchet sport options to their tried and true compliant wheels used by teams all over the world. From mechanical and electrical products to tools and hardware, head on over to andymark.com for your one-stop shop of high quality and affordable solutions.